Hey everybody, today I had a great opportunity to sit down here with a bunch of cellmates. We talked about transitioning veterans. We talked about clients needing help like that. We talked about our 2024 strategic goals for Fusion Cell. This is how we're gonna win this year. Take a look. All right, Tiffany Bradbury, 23 years, active duty, United States Air Force.
Yes.
And you've been retired for how long now?
I've been retired, gosh, it's been 4 years almost.
4 years. And we are your second company since retirement, correct?
Yes.
How long have you been with us now?
I've been with Fusion Cell for 2 years in a couple weeks.
All right, and the previous company you worked in was also in the staffing industry, right?
It was a nonprofit, yes, veteran employment.
And then we stole you.
Yes.
All right, that's exciting. That's one of the recruiting traits, right?
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what is your role and what does your daily activities look like in that role?
Well, my focus is a senior career agent at Fusion Cell, and so really what my role is to align veteran talent with the roles that our clients are looking to fill. But I also am proud to be able to serve the veteran community in this job by not only aligning them with potential roles that we have, but by being able to provide them additional resources, network with them, kind of fill in some of the gaps that transitioning service members may not know about when they're getting out.
Yeah, and what's really exciting about our company, we really like to hire recruiters that previously had roles in that particular vertical that our clients are searching for candidates, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about how your past job prior to your recruiting job aligns against those client openings?
Yeah, so my first position being in the Air Force, as a young airman, was in supply chain and logistics. So I had basic knowledge of that in the military. I spent about 5 years doing that, both in the Air National Guard and active duty Air Force before I transitioned out and separated from the military for a while. And then I had the opportunity to come back in on active duty into recruiting. So I kind of combined those two experiences together in addition to my own experience as a transitioning service member to kind of, help align those verticals with veteran talent today. So.
What do you think is the main difference between civilian recruiting and military recruiting?
Military recruiting is you have a large pool of candidates, right? And there are basic foundational qualifications that they need to meet. You're dealing with a lot of young individuals that are coming straight out of high school, potentially. And so they're not as educated, they don't have as much experience behind them. And we're not filling a large pool of jobs. I mean, we still have a very good variety of jobs that we're trying to align, but I would say that you have to be a little bit more strategic and you have to prepare your candidates for the roles in corporate America a bit more than you would have had to for the military.
Sure. How big is networking for those transitioning?
Huge. I cannot say enough about networking. Because that can be a catalyst to so many things that you're lacking coming out of the military. It can help you educate yourself on that next career path. It can help educate you on things that you're lacking that you may need to get, such as certifications, education. It can make connections to potential opportunities that you might not have had otherwise. And with my own break-in service, I was a young airman. I thought, I'm just going to take my military experience and everybody's going to be chomping at the bit to hire me. And that was not the case at all. I mean, I was walking into Home Depot saying I wanted to make $25 an hour with no degree. But I didn't know because I was young and I had been told your military experience, is going to get you hired anywhere. And so I combined that experience, and then the networking piece is so important to talk to people that have been there, such as myself, to kind of educate and guide, not really say this is the only way, but these are your options and this is who you need to speak to, and these are, let me help you know the things that I didn't know as a young airman. So.
Yeah. What would be the best advice you could give to a transitioning veteran or somebody that's just now starting to think about, leaving the service? They just saw this video and they're like, oh man, okay, you know what? I'm the next guy to go, or I'm the next gal to go. What would that advice be?
prepare, and start now. Start as soon as you even have an idea. Even when you join the military, you need to have a plan for when the military is not there anymore. Whether it be at the end of a 4-year enlistment, whether it be even an early discharge for medical reasons or something like that. You really need to have a plan for what comes next. And so start the networking piece now. Start thinking about resumes, start thinking about the education, the experience that you need. Start thinking about what you want to do post-military, because those are all things that are going to help you be more marketable when you do separate from the military. And that's really important because too many people get out without a plan, and plan financially, right? Save money, do whatever you need to do to give yourself that cushion until the next opportunity comes along.
Yeah, that's critical. Great advice. Thanks for that. What is your favorite thing or something really dear to your heart about Fusion Cell?
Oh my gosh. So it's so cheesy, and I know that all the team members will say this, but we have such an amazing culture here. I was actually just speaking to somebody about it. There are no egos. And we are a perfect blend of civilian and military talent, which I think is so important in an organization that's focused on veterans. Because even though we have the experiences, which was very important to pass on to candidates for that credibility, but I think credibility also comes from corporate America, and we have that representation on this team. We have those individuals that have been veteran advocates, and that they have the years and years and years of corporate America experience, that they can blend that with our military experience and background and what we were lacking and what we wish we would have known. And then how does corporate America see that? And that way, that helps us go out and attack, helps us go out and find the companies and communicate that to those companies, and then communicate it to the candidates as well. It definitely adds credibility from both sides of the house, and that's what makes us special. We all want to win for the veteran community, and we all want to support each other.
Is there anything else that you want to share with the transitioning community? Something that maybe we haven't covered, but something that's very dear to your heart?
I think the most important thing is, and I may not be able to tell it, but I'm probably a natural introvert by heart. Don't be afraid to reach out and to connect to people, because there are so many individuals out there willing to help. And it's not all a one size fits all. Everybody's transition is unique. And so the more people that you talk to, the more people that you take advice from, the better you're going to be when you do transition. So don't be afraid to reach out. You may not always get a response from someone, but I know from the Fusion Cell team, we're always here to help. I don't think there's anyone on the team that would have a transitioning service member reach out to them that they would not be willing to lend a hand to. So I think that's very important. Don't be afraid. Don't go through it alone. That's all I could say.